All right, I'm going to take you across all the woods, just straight across the woods, because that's fun for me. And this is supposed to be fun. So here we go. Apologize. Edit. Wood 1, Thief 1. Deku Tree. World Tree. Tree of Knowledge. It looks like a tree. That's my little symbol for it. The Monkey King. Was it around here somewhere? Yeah, whatever. Who cares? The turtle's back. Like in Chinese mythology, the world is just on a turtle, and then there's like elephants beneath it. Anyway, that's a good place to put in weird stuff. Trees growing out of turtles. I don't know. The Monkey King. Okay, so this is the monkey. This is the turtle's back. Okay, so no wonder I went Chinese with it, because this is where the Monkey King steals the elixir of life. It's also the same story almost as Gilgamesh stealing having the plant that gives life that Upanapatishlam or Noah that Noah gave to him, and was the last of that plant, and then a snake stole it. No more of that plant. So I'm smiling at the smiley face on a plate behind the camera. Komodo, Proto-Komodo, flightless great birds, plants, immortality denied, tree of life, tree of knowledge, Nidhagul, the serpent which gnaws on Yggdrasil's roots, the Monkey King, the Deku King. Okay, so it's the big tree. It's a big tree. Thief 1. You're the Monkey King. You got to steal the elixir of life. I guess afterwards you can be the Monkey King. You can get the Monkey King's staff. Change your avatar into the Monkey King look. These are options you would get after beating these things. Anyway, especially if you're beating it as a warrior, you might want that Monkey King staff. But you would only be able to get warrior by going from warrior 1. But we're just going to go right across to wood 2, which is over here. We already did wood 2. It's the cleric 2, the old man of the forest. So wood 3, because the thief is going to be basically across. So wood 3. Wood 3 is thief 4. Burning city. Japan when it's burning. London when it's the wooden city. The Great Fire of London. The Great City of Japan during the Great Cities of Japan during World War II, when we firebombed them from planes. That's what this is. Chicago, London, Rome, when Nero was playing his fiddle. So somewhere in here, there's going to be a sector that looks like Rome, a sector that looks like Chicago, a sector that looks like London, and you would probably run through the game, and you would move in time through those cities. Kyoto, Nagoya, Dresden, can't forget that. Heavy Rain. Okay, heavy rain-esque. So I guess you run through the city as a thief. Okay, so Heavy Rain is how the game, if you ever played Heavy Rain, that's how it plays. You got to run through the city. There's quick time events, and if you get through all your quick time events, which is very thief-like anyway. Thief play, I forgot to say that, is you kind of have to find hitboxes, and if you can get the cursor to the hitboxes, you can avoid the roughly the hits from the warriors, and you'll use items like ninja stars and stuff like that. You throw your items, and then your elements, your money that becomes important. Much like in Tenchu, there's a lot of Tenchu-esque play in Thieves. Okay, so the level 4 of wood is non-burning Japan, the assassination. And the symbol for it's like so the symbol for this is a Japanese symbol for houses with little flames over it. That was level 3, Thief 4. Wood 4, Thief 4. Oh, up Thief versus down Thief. The assassination, Japan, ninja. Assassin, Persian, Ninja beheads evil samurai shogun. Realish past. Yeah, it's the wooden city that's alive and the wooden city that's not, right next to each other. Sucks. Um, Thief 4. Let's see. Wood 3, Thief 3. On the other end, just because it kind of completes the story for me, Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest, the games, medieval with Europe, uh, to Loxley Regained, and then there's like an upside down key shape. All right, and then Robin Hood. Okay, so you got to win some archery games, and you got to do some. There was a Zelda game. I keep referring to Zelda, but there was a Zelda game where where you had a controller. You stuck your Nintendo Wii controller into a harness that was like a crossbow, effectively, and then you did Link's crossbow training. Was the name of the game. Thief 2. I'm going backwards, but okay. Thief 1, Thief 2, Thief 3, Thief 4. I'm seeing how this went. It comes off of over here, and here's the garden. Okay, so that makes sense. All right. Ooh, adult wizard or adult warrior. Okay, but we're doing thief. So, thief. Okay, so I'll just follow the. Let's see. Do I go upwards or downwards? I'll go downwards, but I have to do thief 2, Cave of Wonders, traditional dragon, the Hobbit. Okay, so you got jewels, Cave of Wonders from Aladdin, Arkenstone, Cimmeral, the Flying Carpet, Heart of the Mountain Ranger, Law of the Land of the Lost, Inner Earth. Okay, that makes sense. You know, you go down into the Earth, and Earth 2, Thief. What is it? 2 or 7? Have we got written there? Flying carpet. Anyway, then you got to find the magic stone. That's a good thief thing. Okay, and then I guess you move on to you practice some more skills in Sherwood Forest. That's up. That's up. That's up. And thief 9, 7. 1, 2, 3. Up, up, up. Oop. Ice 4, thief 5. Seems to be a bit of a gap. Oh, okay. I see. It's like a nation. It's like a real squiggly, weird nation. That's kind of funny. All the thief levels. Okay. Here's one here. That's sort of neat. All right. Did I do this one? Water 3, thief 3. That's so like an isolate over here. Pirates of the Caribbean. Spanish Armada, the California coast, Nassau, I guess, is also. So I don't know how you work the Spanish Okay, so Spanish California, Spanish Nassau. Alrighty, the Caribbean, the conquistadors versus the Golden Hind. The English, Sir, I think it was Sir Francis Drake was commissioned to sail around the world and capture gold from Spanish Armada ships, Spanish doubloon ships. So I guess that's what your mission is there, and you're a pirate, and your map is going to look like the Caribbean with a little bit of I guess swoop through central Panama and then up into California. So back up to the Thief Nation and over, this was the assassinations we're at. Ice 5, Thief 5, General Winter. I'm so excited. General Winter. Okay, I'm not okay. So I'll just read it real quick. I'm so excited. Okay, so Little Ice Age. There's a tank. The symbol for it is a tank and some trees and a little sniper in the trees. And then World War One, Napoleon War, sniper, army tank, Revolutionary War, torch, soldiers are targets, sniper. Okay, so the deal. I love this. This is okay. So what the deal is this is on the downside. We're getting kind of adult here. bad thief. But this is where you learn. This is where thieves get a gun, and you become a sniper. And this is almost a soldier level, but it's not. It's being sneaky. And what the deal is, you go into a recruited army in World War One. You're sent to the front lines, and you're sent from I guess England, the farthest from Moscow you could possibly be sent. So there's two sides to the war. There's the Moscow side. There's the front, and you're always marching towards the front. You just think of football, and that's the way this plays. And there's always a front ahead of you, and sometimes the cities bomb each other. You have to don the clothing of the enemy. Metal Gear, like in Metal Gear, the PlayStation 2 game, you have to put bodies into lockers. You have to wear camouflage. You have to wear the enemy's clothing. The White Death, the Finnish guy in World War II, he would chew pine gum so that deer wouldn't be startled by his position, and he would breathe downward into the snow so his breath wouldn't show up in a scope. So you learn tricks like that in that game, and you're constantly marching forward. And as you go forward, it goes from you don't start in World War One. I'm sorry, I forgot. I apologize. You start in Napoleonic times. So you move towards the French front. And then once you get to there in Napoleonic times, you gotta don Napoleonic clothing and pretend you're a Napoleonic soldier and move forward into the front, into Prussia. And then you have to don Prussian outfits and act like a Prussian. And then you have to do some Metal Gear stuff, and maybe even you get your rifle finally in the Prussian front, and you go from horseback to moving forward, and then there's an army tank. So then you need better guns. So then you have to get into the army that got the army tank, which is the German army. And so now you transition from moving from Prussia to, I guess, Austria towards Germany itself, and now we've turned into World War II. And then you keep moving forward, and by the time you get to Germany, that part of the war is over, but the front is now moved. It's now the Cold War, and the war is over, and you were late or something like that. But you get commissioned badges and whatnot as an enemy soldier, and then you're like you're like, no, I need to. I was never one of those soldiers. My mission is to move towards the front. And so you just keep moving forward. And then you encounter World War II army tanks and whatnot, and it becomes a Russian army tanks, and you start doing covert, like, James Bond missions. And then by the time you get all the way to Moscow, you've donned Moscow clothing, you act like a Moscow officer, and you get to Moscow, and they say, "Thank you, soldier. Thank you for getting all the way from getting the intel all the way from back in Berlin and bringing it all the way here to Moscow. You're a very effective Red soldier. Oh yeah, and you had to kill your way all the way across, even Moscow, even inside the buildings themselves, to become a general, and then they thank you as a general, and that's how that level works. So you go all the way from the Napoleonic era to the end of the Cold War. Oh yeah, the Cold War is over. They had anyway. Congratulations. So that's one of my favorite story levels. All right, I see another downward here, and Thief 5. So this was Thief 5 down. This is Thief 5 up. It's Ice 4. It says 007, snowboarding, skydiving, shoot, speed, spy hunter. So it plays like Spy Hunter, but there's some levels where you're skeet shooting. 007, GoldenEye. Anyway, it's kind of like GoldenEye with some skeet shooting that is kind of like GoldenEye. Save informant who is under capture, torture, confession, Mission Impossible. Okay. And then that says RP. It means real, realish past. So that's the downwards. Let's see what's D5. Okay, Bolt, Thief 6. These are both Thief 6s. Las Vegas, Ocean's 11 is the downward Thieves. Die Hard. Okay. There's a game that's Die Hard in Las Vegas, I believe, and that's how this would play. The Suburbs, Lockpicking, Healing Power and Info. Does that say? Oh no, Stealing Power. I'm sorry. Stealing Power and Info. Of course it is. The Suburbs, Lockpicking. Oh, nice. A little bit of hacking, a little bit of lockpicking. These are good skills to have in the real world. We're going to stick in this level. Races, gambling, money, temptress, derailment. There's a temptress. She's going to try to derail you. I'm sorry for saying so much. I'm going to try to control it. Nervous tick. Okay. Wood 7, Thief 7, Jumanji, Dark Jungle, the Dark Jungle, Mace Windu, Shatterpoint. That was a book / audio story that was very good. The symbol for it's like a board game that looks like Jumanji with like a little monkey in it. The Predator, Shatterpoint, Rossack from Dune. It's a big. Okay, so trees used to be small bushes. Little tiny grass can grow to be big, tall prairie grass. Little tardigrade used to be a much tardigrade was shrunk down quite a bit from its larger animal. In the planet Dune, flowers became trees. In a daisy, the petals are actually modified sepals, the inside of which the daisy petal, and there's another one. Each like little spot of brown is its own like flower. So evolution, there one day the bark of trees will be the petals of flowers, and the stamens of flowers will be the entire tree, and that will be how the whole tree will be its reproductive system. So anyway, instead of a current, it's its lungs. So that might be edited. That's weird. It's smart though. Bolt 6, Thief 6. Oh, I went from 7 out of order. Bolt 6, Thief 6. It says it looks like the towers. It's two trains moving up and down skyscrapers with a tower-like building in the center. It looks like the Millennium Building or the Toronto Space Needle kind of building. It says the Jetson, Fifth Element, Coruscant from Star Wars, Flying Cars, Escape the Tech Police, no barcode from Idiocracy, Nightmare, Future, Polluted, F-Zero, Bounty Hunter, Road of Trials. Okay, the Stones. Okay, from the Stones from the Fifth Element. It's kind of an adventure level. F-Zero, bit of racing involved. You got to stay on top of weird little like blockers and jammers, and instead of shooting things, or you probably have to pick up money here and there while you go. That's probably a big thief in the money being energy or whatever element you're in. So this is a Bolt 6. That's you got to pick up the element Bolt. In the Las Vegas level, you had to pick up the level Bolt. In the Jumanji level, you have to pick up some life element. Okay, so what's the next one? Metal 7, Thief 7, the Great Bullet Train Robbery. Skydiving, sky surfing, train, many robberies in this level. Don't get caught on camera. Metal Gear 2, PS2, Mission Impossible. The Present, Gold Platinum, robbery out of a train. The major element is aluminum on that level. That's metal. Down. That's a thief down. All right, what do we got here? We're moving from 7s. Thief 7 was up, was wood. Okay, let's do Thief 8 down. So Thief 8 down is Floating Fortress. When you lash a bunch of ships together in a circle, like in Waterworld, you make like this water platform. That's Thief 8. Waterworld Gills. This is where you gain water gills. That's a good. Uh, trick to have. Prison Break. Okay, so it's a Prison Break level. Okay, so like in Waterworld, Kevin Costner got locked in to a cage, and you're trying to prison break your way out. Face Off, apparently. I guess you switch faces with somebody or something. I don't know. Universal Soldier. Okay, I guess it's you versus another dude. Is a good way to. Is what I'm hearing. Dying Cellmate has the lamp in Airport Locker. Okay. Hudson Hawk, Oil Rig, USS Philadelphia oil rig platform, Super Soldier, Wolverine, Type, Escape, Prisoner Escape. Okay, so escape the island, prisoner. You follow me. Let us move to Thief 8 upwards. So that is, here it is, Metal 8, Radium. Nuclear power plants are the symbol, nuclear symbol. There's all kinds of nuclear elements here for Metal 8, so it's just the nuclear metal. Half-lives, decay math, Marie Curie, space-time, nuclear spaceships, Nostromo, nuclear chemistry, alien evolves in Caspian Sea, USO, alien hunt. Okay, sci-fi. There's the ship at the bottom of the Caspian Sea. You're in there, and it's nuclear, like a nuclear submarine, but it's sci-fi, and it's a big ship, and it's like a UFO ship, and inside, and it's kind of like the Nostromo and Alien, and inside, there's some nuclear chemistry going on here, and inside is the big is an alien. All right, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. Okay, so as a downwards thief, we went from Ocean's 11. Well, we went from an asset. Let's see what my story is here. It's not really mine, but right. So we've gone from Gold, El Dorado. Oh, did we do one? Metal 1? Okay, Metal 1. Here it is. Thief 1. El Dorado. Pre-flood? El Dorado? Whatever. Tomb Raider 2, National Treasure 2. Tomb Raider 2. That's how you play the game. Archaeology, Indiana Jones, City of Z, Three Kings, Welcome to Collinwood. Okay, so you're an idiot and you're trying to put together a Tomb Raider sort of theft. Wisdom or wealth. Oh, okay. It's kind of a transitiony one. Do you want to go for wisdom or do you want to go for wealth? If you go for wealth, you follow the you follow the kind of bad thief path. If you the rogue. If you pick wisdom, you end up in the Deku tree level, and it just switches you over. That's a good place to have a tunnel, I think. All right, so our downwards thief has gone from El Dorado to, oh, we didn't do this one either. The water 2, the sewers. Okay, so the sewers beneath Byzantium. Constantinople, Venice. Constantinople is, by Byzantium, I meant the capital of the Byzantine Empire, which is Constantinople. Venice, the tunnels underneath Venice is, but they're flooded now. But I guess I'm going for the tunnels underneath Constantinople. I'm going for little boat. I shouldn't be saying me because it's more than me that just thought of this. It's also Brian Carr and Jeff Gibbons and Steve Burrows. Mostly Jeff Gibbons put in the most amount of work. Brian Carr put in a Herculean amount of work. Steve Burrows was nice enough to put in a bunch of work. Anyway, the gold heist, Indiana Jones, Ancient Locks, kidnapping, rescue. Okay, so there's like a kidnapping, and the bad thief meets the girl. Okay, so you go from finding the big Indiana Jones thing. But then there's the girl, El Dorado to the girl, like a national treasure. Okay. And then somehow you follow her and you become a pirate as a downward thief. And then you move from being a pirate to being a straight assassin. And then you go to being not just as an assassin, but a sniper in that level I talked about forever. And then after that, it's off to Ocean's 11, which is like master thief type stuff. So I guess crew thief is what we're going for here. And a little bit away from the, I guess there's a lot of dudes in the previous level. So Ocean's 11, you're more in control of some dudes. And then there's the Great Train Robbery. So once again, that big score. And then after that, I guess I guess at the end of your Great Train Robbery, you should do over all your compatriots, and then it becomes just you by yourself, Kevin Costner, Waterworld style, on 8, and then downward of 9. Let's see, I see 10 here. Is 9 over there somewhere? Let's find out. Let's look at my butt here and there. Sorry. Mystery Island, Water 4. Nope, that's not right. That's not right. There's 10. 9. Here we go. Genie in a bottle. Oh, it's and the symbol for it, I'm sure, is, yeah, it's a genie over a lamp, and then there's a swirling wind, and that's Agrabah. Agrabah is a whole city in a bottle. Okay. So Agrabah, hello, this camera. Djinn, very Arabic. Aladdin, Prince of Persia, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. China, Media Connection. Oh, yeah, because Aladdin, his ring is from China, and it's a fire genie. And then he moves on to have a second genie. Believe it or not, Aladdin's got 2 genies originally. Alibaba, Sultan, Vizier, Lamp. Okay. Djinn. Okay, Story of Djinn. That's cool. 10. Here we go. Downwards Thief 10. Oh yeah, so this would be there's that girl again in 9, in Air 9, Thief 9, coming up from Thief 8, Water. I can't tell which water that is. It just says Thief 8 and water scribbled out. That's crazy. Water 10. It's got to be Water 9, I'm assuming. Metal, water. Yeah, that's probably Water 9. All right, Water 10, Thief 10. Atlantis. Deity. Poseidon. I'm way off the map here. Water 10. Atlantis, priceless ancient waters, straight steal the trident. Yeah, straight steal the trident. Gem. This a gem of that size answers all my questions. You got to have that somewhere in the thief's journey, like just this massive, massive gem from G.I. Joe the movie. All right. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, Rainbow Earth. That's so like in Stargate Atlantis, big water, and then the Atlantis rises as a bubble at the end, and then there's like not only rainbow streaming, but like rainbow streaming into the earth and like coming out of Atlantis. And but I guess maybe that stops at the end because you take the Atlantis's trident. You take Poseidon's trident. That's probably why the city rises, and then the rainbow stop maybe. But it's very. Do you get the gold or the girl? But here actually you get the object. So that's the progression of this downwards thief story. It's the girl versus the money, and you go with the money. So Upwards Thief. Let's see what we've done with the Upwards Thief. We've gone from Deku Tree to the Cave of Wonders, some sort of hobbit dragon, steal the Cimmeral. Robin's Forest, number 3, wood 3. This one's a wood. This one's earth. So we've gone from wood, not wood. I say wood, I mean life. Life to earth to life to. Is this fire? I thought it was life, but it's actually fire. The burning city here is fire 3, thief 4. Where does thief 5, upwards 5 come in? Thief 5 here is the upwards one is the James Bond one. Who saved the informant? Thief upwards 6 is Jetsons. Coruscant, flying cars, escape the tech police. I assume you have like Johnny Mnemonic. You have some information on you. This is a Johnny Mnemonic-esque level. Bolt 6, thief 6. Whereas Bolt 5, thief 6 was downwards thief is Las Vegas. Okay. Upwards thief 7 is the life one, Jumanji. Escape the jungle. And as you move forward as a thief, you become more. It's more about the bracelets, like I have here, and it's more about becoming animal-like, especially as a monster rancher. That's why the Predator, even though he always looks for battles, I chose He-Man to represent a warrior. But the Predator is like more of a monster rancher. He keeps on taking on different species. That's what you get with an upwards thief. Your two choices are rogue, like the Joker, downwards thief, ranger, upwards thief. So ranger, you learn skills like how to survive in a jungle. How to tap water from trees, like in Hunger Games. That's Jumanji there. Okay, so thief 8, wood 8, the huntress. It's the huntress Diana, Minerva, the acolyte, Planet of the Apes, Orion's what is that? Mare? Orion's. Anyway, bounty. The hunted become the hunter. Nutty, retro, sci-fi, future. Okay, so it looks like stuff is falling apart, post-apocalyptic. That's thief 8, thief wood 8, thief 9. Wood 10, thief 7. Up. Okay, so it goes Jetsons, bolt 6, thief 6, wood 7, thief 7, metal 8, thief 8, which was the metal 8 was the Nostromo and the radioactive stuff going on in a ship at the bottom of the ocean, at the bottom of the Balkan Sea, and it's an alien ship, and inside is the Predator, or not the Predator, the alien from the movies Alien. Okay, so then wood 8, thief 9 is back into the jungle, except it's Planet of the Apes. And you've got, you're the hunted, and you've got to turn that around and become the hunter. Probably horse riding somehow in there. Very ranger-esque, like Aragorn. And then upwards thief 10. Now downwards thief 10 was Atlantis, and the whole story was this the girl or the gold, and then it resolves in the girl or the item. But upwards thief 10 is Shai Hulud. So it's the ultimate monster hunter. It's the ultimate monster. So that's the Worm Rider from Dune, and very Bedouin culture. Worm, dragon, attack the Harkonnen, start a school, gain followers, then attack the Harkonnen. Road to Trials, journey to the center of the earth. Okay, so if you live in the Tamaqua Desert, or just anywhere that's very deserty, you can kind of throw it in this level. And I'm going to pause this.